It's Nate with Pulse PMF in the Pulsecast booth at the 2025 Biohacking Conference. We're giving you guys the front row seat to the biohacking revolution happening in our generation right now. And joining me is Will Dahlgren from Inbody, which is also at Upgrade Labs. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But Will, thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. So,
Appreciate it.
how's the conference treating you so far?
It's been good. It's always, a whirlwind. A lot of people want to know their body comp data. So,
Okay, so you've
we,
had a line.
yeah, we churn out a lot of tests here, but that's good. It's fun talking to people who are interested in it and can really see the value in understanding their body a little deeper.
And this community, like, you don't have to sell anybody here. Like, we all get it. When people come up, you're not having to go, well, this is why you should have a body composition test.
Right.
Everybody's like, I know I need one.
Well, and that's the thing is people just walk right up and they're like, "Yep, I'm ready. Let's rock and roll." And it's
Right.
more like, take off your shoes and socks. So we do, we do a lot of our assessments here at the show.
So how did you get involved with InBody?
Yeah, so I was in like the fitness industry,
Okay.
and worked with some other methods of body composition
All right.
as a younger man. And so yeah, I kind of saw some of the pitfalls, and then I interviewed with InBody, and told them my feelings about body composition measurements, and
Mhm.
they said we like that you're a little skeptical because we think you're gonna like what we have, and so I got into that company when there was maybe like 18 people,
Okay.
12 years ago, and yeah, from there it's just been like I really believe in the product, and I've seen where it's manufactured, and um, yeah, that was like the start, and now it just continues to evolve. Like when I started, our devices didn't have databases or touchscreens, or it was the
Right.
old T9 on the phone
Okay.
method. And now, yeah, obviously we're upgraded all that, but um, yeah, that start was basically from me being skeptical of current methods of measuring body composition.
So what all does InBody assess?
So we go into water. We do that at the intra and extracellular level, so you can see inflammation, and we
Okay.
can even localize limb to limb inflammation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it can show recovery from injuries, things like that, and all the anti-inflammatory devices out here. It can show that flush of fluid, but beyond that, body fat mass, visceral fat level, or visceral fat area, segmental fat analysis. You know, Body fat mass in pounds, of course, and then muscle mass,
Okay.
skeletal muscle, where that muscle's found, how that impacts your metabolic rate, and so yeah, we go pretty in depth. The whole idea is just to get out of the idea that weight down is always healthy and weight up is always unhealthy,
Come on now.
or that weight
Yep.
is a meaningful measure to health in general, just because it's really not. I mean, it's more about what that weight is composed of
That's
than
right.
anything else. So
Absolutely. So does InBody serve as a like first step among other services? Basically, it's like the gate to, okay, now we know how to customize and personalize an assessment program.
yeah, you nailed it, man. Like, everybody's so unique, and there is no perfect body composition, and we're all unique in our goals. So what we do is just we report you, like provide you with that body comp report. um Depending on where your risk factors are, you get to decide. Like, at the end of the day, it's on all of us to decide for ourselves what healthy steps we want to take.
Yes.
All we do is inform them and kind of like allow them to see beyond just the scale, so they can decide, hey, maybe I want to add muscle, maybe I want to try to lose some visceral fats or get rid of this inflammation, that type of thing.
Have you ever had a situation where someone came in expecting a certain assessment or results and then they were shocked by what the assessment revealed?
Absolutely. So our device doesn't use estimation uh, in the way with like in our report. So the way I think of it is like I can test as myself, or I can put myself in as a 99-year-old female. It doesn't matter. My results are the same. So we get shocked reactions from typically older, I would say 55 plus people who are in really good shape. A lot of this
A lot of this
community,
community, yeah.
because on other devices, they're coming out higher body fat because they're assuming, oh, you're 70, you're female, you should be in, worse shape than you are. And
Mhm.
ours will just report them as they are. Um, and so, yeah, sometimes they're like, dang, this is what I really am. It's like, yes, this is much closer.
Yep.
Um, and on the other side of the spectrum, maybe younger folks who are getting reported lower when really they're a little bit higher, that
Right,
type of thing.
right. Has there ever been a situation where uh, the assessment led to possibly even saving someone's life. Like they were on a track to a bad place, but they were able to correct course because of what they discovered.
Yeah, and it's fairly rare. We're not diagnosing anything or anything
Sure.
along those lines, but we have, with that inflammation score, there was a guy who got off his diuretic and he was very swollen. It was edema, like,
Mm.
and he was about to exercise, which that's when you're that swollen, if you exercise, it can lead to a cardiac event. And so that trainer was like, hold on, time out. What's going on?
Yes.
And you can't exercise. Like, we got to figure out what's happening. It was very quick fix because it was just, I quit my diuretic and yeah, he swelled up. But, in other cases, I think it's just help people. I always say get out of their own way because sometimes if
Mm.
we start exercising, we gain a little weight and it's really discouraging. We
Yep.
put forth this effort.
Yep.
Um, when in reality, it was a beautiful thing for your health. So what we allow people to see is that muscle went up, body fat maybe came down a little bit, even though our weight's up. It's a
Right.
really healthy thing, which it leads to better health outcomes in the long run.
I think in this generation, especially social media has amplified this where we're focusing so much on what we look like on the outside and we're
Mhm.
forgetting what's going on internally.
Yeah.
And something like this is so important to assess our progress because you can look amazing on the outside and have some serious inflammation issues. And inflammation is one of the root causes of so many dysfunctions, diseases, and issues. So how does the process work? I'm assuming if you're doing assessments here,
Yeah.
then it's pretty quick, right?
It is. It's like bare feet. You stand on our device for like a minute, and then you get like a full page report on all those metrics we talked about. So yeah, it's the process itself. We'll walk and talk you through it. Anybody can do it. It's more about like how to interpret that data where we come in and can kind of help them understand themselves a little better.
That's awesome. Now, Inbody is at Upgrade Labs.
Yep.
Are you located in other places as well? What other wellness centers and
Yeah.
gyms, or where are you
Absolutely.
normally located?
Like Restore Hyper Wellness, we're in at least 2/3 of those locations. Um, we're in a lot of like Relive Health, Forever Young, those type of places, but also like Lifetime Fitness, Orange Theory Fitness,
Hmm.
Equinox.
Wow,
Lifetime has the Miura coming out, where they have like a med spa in their facilities. So we'll be in those as well. Um, but it can be anywhere from like NASA for their employees to like Mayo Clinic in the cardiac rehab. So
wow,
it's used all over pro sports because, like I was telling you before, it really is like it's applicable to all of us because we've all been driven to the scale
right,
to assess, when in reality, it's just it's lacking context. So
right.
you need to fully understand yourself. You got to look a little deeper.
So, with the future of biohacking, we're seeing new understandings and discoveries on molecules and biomarkers that we need to be engaging. What is the future of Embody looking like? Is there anything you can share with us about what you have coming down the docket?
Yeah, data. So like we have we're sitting on just mountains of data. Our clients are sitting on mountains of data.
Right.
What we want to do is help them understand and make sense of that data so that they can start to correlate like, oh well, when we notice when this modality is used, this happens. Like maybe even with this age group or this gender, whatever the case may be, we want to help people improve their um, should I say, like their modalities or their services, their impact really,
Hmm.
um, through our data, so that they can more effectively target and kind of improve. And we do
Yeah.
have there's a group called Options Medical Weight Loss. They've actually come up with some of their own pharmaceuticals, and so they've done like they take their data out every month of all of their devices, and they start to look at why is this group making more progress than this group, and can we tweak our formula to better serve this group that's not making as much progress. And I think that's the future. We have
Yeah.
like more devices coming out, like a grip strength test. It's
Nice.
out. That one is like a definitely the future too.
Okay.
Fall
Yes, it
risk,
is.
but I think it's this data, man. Like that's where I get excited because I think it's where we can have our largest impact.
So I'll use PMF as an example.
Yeah.
We have many different practitioners that use it, and everyone does a pulsing session differently.
Mm.
Um, some with personality differences and how they interpret or how they want to use accessories to target certain areas. With InBody, is there a training program that that allows Inbody to kind of lay the foundation for those who would be interpreting the results to the others? Because when someone sees inflammation, they would maybe recommend a certain protocol or system. So does Inbody provide like direction for those who are going to be putting them in their wellness center? So you get kind of no matter where you go to get scanned with Inbody, you're going to get very similar results.
Yes. We have put a heavy emphasis on that. We have a whole customer success team now that I always say, whether you like it or not, they're going to follow up 3 months after you buy the device, 6, 9,
Rightly
12.
so.
Yeah,
No, that's
it's
good.
really important for us. Is we don't want them becoming, a device that kind of falls to the wayside, because that can happen where you get a center manager who's really excited about it, knows it really well. Well, they got a new job, and so we want to continue to follow up. We have an online platform as well that's evergreen. You can always use it.
Okay.
Um, but we want to add even more context, because body comp is a weird thing. It's constantly in flux. Um, you know, when I'm talking to you, I'm losing little bits here and there. We go through our days, everything we put in, and all the energy we expend. So we want to make sure that we're providing the most support we can, so that, just like you said, it needs to be fairly uniform.
Yeah.
What you want to do after that doesn't have to be, but the way you explain our results, we definitely want them um, to be pretty uniform. So
I'm sure there's some people who are watching who are thinking, I've never had an assessment, a body composition assessment before. I might need to do this. Is there a website where they can find a location near them that would offer this service?
absolutely, it's called Inbody Locator.
Okay.
If you just Google Inbody Locator, it's easy. You just put in your zip code, and yeah, it'll show you all, like, whoever's registered. It's not all the devices. Whoever's registered to be on it, and it'll tell you what device, where they're located. Typically, some contact info as well.
Awesome. And how can we find more information on social media and YouTube?
Yeah, InbodyUSA.com. I believe it's Inbody USA at YouTube, and all of our socials are Inbody USA as well.
Awesome. Well, it was such an honor to have you in our booth
Oh,
today. Thank you
thanks,
for what
man.
you're doing. We need you. This
Appreciate you.
generation needs this kind of tool to assess, and I think it would partner perfectly with Pulse PMF as you discover those areas of inflammation and pain and those blockages in the energy system of the body. It's exciting to see how all of these modalities at this
It is.
conference are coming together. I like to say it's one mission with many voices, and we thank you for
Love
bringing yours today.
Hey, thank you too, man. Likewise, and really appreciate you having us.
Absolutely. We're giving you the front row seat of the biohacking revolution, so stay connected with us here on the Pulsecast. We'll see you next time.